Did you like that one? It's not my joke. I heard it. You can say that. It's a good joke. It did not you were very well prepared for the thumbnail capture, though. I think you actually escaped it. You were prepared now. I think the novelty's worn off. I can't capture you anymore. Yeah. You're telling me. Hello, strangers. Welcome to the Elder Elves. Maybe you're not strangers at this point. Maybe you know us intimately and well. Welcome to another episode, show, whatever you want to call it, installment, chapter. Um, yeah, chapter's good. My name's Colin Carlton, and I'm here sitting nowhere near you. Yep. Like a little pocket buddy. Yeah. Micro Machines? Oh, was there like a I don't remember that, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't there. That just means I didn't play with it. I was really into Micro Machines at the time, so oh. Oh, wait, I think I am starting to remember what you're saying. Yeah. If it was Polly Pocket, I it can't hmm, something Max? Mighty Max? Mini Max? Whatever. Max Attack? So you got it. You nailed it. Mighty Max. Wow. I not by much. But no, Mighty Max was not my that is starting to sound familiar, but it wasn't my jam. Um, what? What's your jam? Mhm. I but what a surprise. I do remember some sort of insectoid thing though. That sounds familiar. So, I mean, that's a way to be. Barbie, man, she likes the show. She liked that brains and brawn aspect. I mean, that tracks. That very much tracks, I think. Um, well, we're not here today to talk about interspecies coupling. Well, that's fair. That actually tracks very well. Um, so we're on chapter 7 now, but I think it's entry number 6 because I think I mistakenly called like our first introduction to Tether chapter 1. So now we're always offset a little bit. Yes, that's right. Also right. Yep. And the diamonds are getting serious. That's right. So last week, um, my character Jordan had a encounter kind of with her mother where she was trying to find out information about the Cutter house, and her mother took her up to her bedroom and showed her what was a tall standing mirror, not unlike what your character Charlie encountered in the old abandoned Cutter house, and was confronted by her reflection, which was not her reflection at all. And my character was also introduced to mysterious reflections that weren't actually reflections. And then she got trapped in the mirror. And that's where we left it off. Jordan was asking Charlie to go smash the mirror. Otherwise, they would be stuck there forever. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, what a roller coaster ride. All right, stream over. Nice. Okay. Okay. Ooh, I'm very interested. What? I'm
My
scared now.
mic has been muted.
Your mic's been muted the whole time?
We're hearing each other through my laptop.
So I've been hearing you, and everybody else has just been hearing me talk to
They just
myself.
see me they see me talking, and you're answering me. I'm like, "Wait a minute." It keeps telling me that my mic is muted, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm talking into my mic, and I can see my mic moving, but it's not moving on one end, it's only moving on
God
the
damn
other.
it.
Oh shit. Okay, so for the first 8 minutes of this is just,
We're just leaving
wow.
it that way. What a boring podcast
Oh,
version.
wow.
The podcast version will get augmented.
Wow,
This
wow,
is just
wow,
this point right here.
wow. Holy wow.
Well, that's
So,
okay. Long
the
story
good thing
short,
okay, long story
you're
short,
about to read your journal entry.
my favorite, though, is that, like, I was not mic'd for when you're like "Hey, is Charlie smashed the mirror?" What a roller coaster.
Wow.
I'm crying. Oh my god. What a
We're the
wow.
worst at this.
Cheers. We're awesome. Okay, one thing is that Colin and I used to be on a podcast where we would edit all this stuff. Like this whole thing, we would have edited it, killed it out, and then been like, fuck, redo. And we would have fixed it. We would have fixed it in post, right? Is what they say. Cut it, fix it.
We're not
no
fixing
problem.
it now.
We're not fixing it. This is live. This is real.
Can't go back.
No, this is
Also,
ridiculous.
it's important for people to understand you and I are talking to each other on a different
Yes.
device.
Yes. We have my setup in order for me to do this is literally I have a mic in front of me hooked to my phone, and I have my laptop in the background that is running my ears because I can't run my ears and my mic at the same time. So he heard me fine through my laptop. That's what he was picking up. Because I hadn't muted. Okay, great.
Oh my god. Okay. Your journal entry. Are you ready?
All right. So we are going to find out if Charlie has done what Jordan has asked. And this is the good part of the podcast anyway, guys. Everything else was filler.
Yeah, you don't need the Polly Pocket.
Oh my god. It was one-sided Polly Pocket talk. Oh, man. Okay. Do we have captions? I mean...
I don't know.
Oh, no. All right. This is like the best. Okay, anyway. 8 minutes of you just responding to me is just hilarious. Okay. This is the best one yet. This is so great. This is why we're working out the bugs now, guys. Okay. So, June 26th, 1993. Dear Jordan, I'm going to try my best to help you. Maybe what happened lately will be helpful. Yesterday during breakfast, I asked my Nana if she knew all the kids in town. She's still a kindergarten teacher, and I thought she would know. She told me she kept photos of all her classes in the attic. She liked to see how they grew. I asked her if she knew you. Well, I asked if she knew a Jordan, and she looked at me surprised, I think. But then she said no. She didn't know anyone named Jordan. And then she got up, put her plate in the sink, and asked my papa if I could go with him on his errands. I didn't want to go. I wanted to find you. My papa made me ride in his old gray truck. He asked if I had seen all of the town yet, and I said no. He said, Nana can wait for those eggs. Let's take a drive. It was cool seeing how big a small town can be. He took me on a back road he called the Gable and hit every dip in the road as fast as he could. We got to a stretch that was all dirt and loose stone. He slowed down and said we had to turn around. This was the edge of town. I asked if we could cross it, and he said not today. When he went to turn around, he hit the brake so hard I slid off the seat. Off to one side was an open field with a big tree in it. There was a man walking towards us. He was wearing overalls, The kind mechanics wear. His hair was uncombed and his face unwashed. My papa told me to stay in the truck, but he got out and ran to the man. He yelled, "John," and then, "John," again. When he didn't answer, I heard my papa say, "Murph, you okay?" He seemed out of it, but my papa got him into the back of the truck, made him sit against the window. I turned to look at him, and he turned to look at me. His blank face began to come to life, and his smile grew. When I thought that was as big a smile a person should have, he said, "Hello, Charlotte." My papa slammed the truck door, and when I looked back, John wasn't looking at me anymore. We drove to the clinic, the one on Florentine. Well, the only one. My papa told me to go home, to tell Nana to come quick, and brought John inside. I ran all the way home. I could barely tell my Nana what happened, but even she looked like Papa did. I don't think it was concern. I waited until she left to go to the attic. It took me a while to find her class yearbooks. It took longer to go through each photo to see if I could find you. I did. My Nana lied. You said your dad left one night. Then who did I leave my grandparents with? I know who you are now. I've seen you. You're real. I'm going to find a way into your house. I just don't know how. Don't give up, Jordan Murphy. I'm coming. Your friend, Charlie.
Oh.
Ooh. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Now that you guys know there's another voice on here, not just Colin talking to himself.
What if this has been when you recognized that the mic was
This would, like, we just end it and then I'm like,
wait a minute.
shit, wait a minute. Your friend Charlie's all everyone hears. Wow, that is, oh man. Hands down the best thing ever. I love it.
That was hilarious. Okay, so that's good. So so your grandmother's lying about knowing me, or at least seems like she is not fully truthful about it.
Correct.
You met my father. That's interesting.
On the edge of town.
On the edge of town. Not unlike how William Cutter showed back up.
Correct.
Intrigue.
Full circle. He knew who Charlie is.
Yeah, he knows who Charlie is.
But not Charlie, Charlotte.
Right. Man. I'm not sure what to do with that yet. That's
I know, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have her go try to break into the house and get this mirror, right? But then I was like, how would I even get there? How would she even know what to do? Because, like, oh, would she go to the mirror at the Cutter house? But would she? Because you're saying that it's this mirror someplace else, or would she try to find that mirror? Would she try to find that place?
Right.
And I'm like, I think she would try to find that place, but then she'd have to find out who you were first.
Right.
And coincidentally, I was going through my own box of photos and stuff, and I found my old class photos from like 5th grade, 6th grade, like 4th grade that they would take, and my kindergarten books where we would do like 1st grade books, you take yearbooks. I have them, and I'm like, you know what? I bet this town is big enough that they have, like they have someone that does a newspaper, but it's not really a newspaper, it's like a bulletin, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
one of those, like, little tiny gazette,
Uh-huh.
that they put out, and it's like, "Jim lost his chickens again on Route 2," whatever.
Anybody seen them?
Yeah, "I got a tractor for sale," that kind of, like,
But everybody
localized
already has a
stuff.
tractor, so it's pointless.
Yeah, they're like, "We don't need another one."
We don't
Or
need
do
it.
they? You can never have enough tractors. So you have that, but I'm like, well, if they have that kind of stuff, then maybe the school does like little memorabilia like that, especially if they're interested in longevity,
Yeah.
you know? So I was like, I'm going to bring it in.
Well, it's interesting too because it provides okay, so is your grandmother lying, or is it because Jordan is trapped in a mirror, is she, like,
Yeah.
being erased, or is Jordan being erased
hmm
through time?
Thought about that. But I was like, I was like, you know what? I'll give him enough that
Mhm.
he can decide where he goes next. Because I almost thought, like, wouldn't it be fun to drop you in a field, but it's not you, but it's
Right,
you,
right,
like 2?
right.
And I was like, "Oh, man," then it could get paradoxical,
Oh, super
Um,
paradoxical, super fast.
yeah. But then I was like, I'm gonna give him enough that he can kick it. Like, I'm gonna kick it enough so he can take it, and go where he wants, and
Yeah,
then
this
I
whole
can
game is
chase
really
him.
about kicking the can down the road,
Yeah, and
basically.
being like, "Let let's see where you go with it. Let's see how you take
Uh-huh.
it."
Okay, that'll be really interesting. I'll have to actually, like, think about that. Speaking of, let's find out what my prompt for next week is.
Alright.
Are you ready?
Yes, go ahead and pull your card, sir. Can't see it. 9.
9 of diamonds.
9!
9?
Ooh. Oh. Oh,
Does it
wow.
work?
I just, like, looked down and the first, like, line my eyes picked up and I went, "Jesus, high five." Like, the prompts that we keep kicking each other because here's the prompt for this coming, story. You see something in an old photograph, news, article, or other piece of media that is out of the ordinary or downright horrifying. What is it? What does it lead you to believe? Or how does it change your perspective?
Okay.
Mhm, mhm,
How does it change your perspective?
mhm,
Oh, man. Boy,
mhm,
there's a couple of things I'm thinking about. Um, and I'm wondering, what's funny about doing this is when I locked my character in a mirror, you're thinking so individually about your prompt and that general, like, journal entry.
mhm.
You're not really thinking ahead because, like, I don't know what you're gonna do. So, I had never really anticipated Jordan still being in a mirror.
Yeah.
So, now I have this thought of, like, where do I exist in this next journal entry?
Mhm.
Is
Do
it
you
chronological? Is
exist?
it currently time? Do I
Yeah,
exist?
yeah.
Do there's a bunch of different There's a bunch of different ways to go about this, which I love
Mhm,
because I love time traveling, sci-fi and all the, like, weird timey-wimey bullshit that
mhm,
goes on with it. So that's very interesting, and I think I'll have fun with that. I really don't
mhm.
know what I'm gonna do.
There's so many
Um,
there's so many good things, like, I was just thinking about the window itself, like, Are
Yeah.
you gonna be experiencing the window, like, being on the other side and looking out and seeing change, and then
Right.
hearing it behind you, the terror, like, is it gonna be breathing and you can hear that? Like, what is it gonna be like? It's gonna be so interesting because you have so many ways to do it. Is it gonna be like being reborn? Like, you come out of this you
Yeah.
figure it out, get out of the mirror, and save yourself that you don't need to be saved by someone else? Um, so there's so many different ways. And yeah, we are individual in that, like, we get this prompt and we're writing for ourselves, but we do
Mhm.
pull off of each other, like, these little snippets to tie each other in. And
Well,
it's,
it's a good amount of trust too to be like,
yeah.
"Well, here's the next leg of the story."
Mhm. And it's been interesting. It's not like
No.
we've written and then been like, "Wow, so you're giving me that?
Yeah.
Great." Okay, where am I going with that? We've been consistently, like, going hard. I think harder than probably
Yeah.
what Adam thought anyone would.
I probably, yeah, I mean,
You
I think
know?
so. This is again, I will say this is probably a great game to use as an exercise for, like, an improv
Mhm.
class or a writing class.
Yeah.
Um, like, if you're doing, like, some sort of group writing, I mean, you could sit down in a class and just kinda go around, and
Mhm.
everybody
Gets a
writes,
prompt and goes, you know?
and you just kinda
Yeah.
go down the line, like, each student gets the first prompt, and then the next one, and then the next one.
Mhm.
I could see that being really, really, really interesting. I don't know. I'm excited about next week. I will, um,
Mhm.
I'll enjoy that. Can you read my prompt one more time?
Yep. You can see something in an old photograph, news article, or other piece of media that is out of the ordinary or downright horrifying. What is it? What does it lead you to believe, or how does it change your perspective? Mm.
And your grandparents are currently with my alleged father.
Mhm.
Okay.
Originally, I had written, like, when did your dad leave? Like, what year was he gone, kinda stuff, but I was like, I don't
Mhm.
think she'd ask that. I think she'd just be like, "Who is this other person with my parent
Yeah.
grandparents?"
Who's
You
this
know?
dude?
Yeah, like, you know?
Okay. Well, I guess everybody can tune in next week, Tuesday.
Mhm.
Um, you can hear what we do with that
And we'll
and
have our
see where
mics
I go
on.
with it. And we'll have our mics on. Swear to the audio gods, we will have
Yeah.
both of our mics on. Um,
Oh,
my name's
shit.
Colin Carlton. I'm a voiceover actor. You can find me at colincarlton.com or on any and all social medias except that stupid one that Elon Musk is running, at Colin Carlton VO. And you, talk about you.
I'm Miranda, and you can find me as Obscure Abrasion on everything except Twitter, because I ran away from that. Mastodon, Thread, sort of, Xbox, PlayStation, everything. You can find me everywhere. Please, drop us a line. We like to hear from you guys. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, cool. If you're interested in finding out how to get a hold of this game, we can kick you to a number of creators that have it in stock right now. Um, it's fun. It's great. Do it with your
Um,
friends.
and also, if you're enjoying this, please follow or subscribe or, smash whatever button is the positive button for the thing you're listening to and watching,
Hmm.
because it helps us and it helps other people find us. Talk about us to friends if they share the same likes as you do. And overall, thanks for listening and or watching. And thanks for watching and listening to me for the first 8 minutes of this.
Thanks for being a good sport for realizing that we were not
All
on the
right.
same page.
Thanks, everybody. It's been fun. See ya next